I've been sitting outside for like the last maybe 40 minutes just sitting out here because I was going to record a longer message talking about something totally different. And I just got quiet, listened to the birds and the bugs for a minute and the breeze, you know what I'm saying, and looked at my plant, saw the bug, broke the branch off, and I ended up here, you know. So, some people like to say that God or the Most High, the Divine, whatever you want to call it, right, works in mysterious ways. But the fact of it is, if you have discernment, there is no mystery. You know what I'm saying? Everything that everything that the Most High does, it has purpose. You know what I'm saying? It has meaning. Everything. Everything in creation, everything that we go through. And what got me to this is earlier today, this message that I recorded, right? That little snippet that I shared. I recorded that. I thought that was, what I needed to share. My day started off one way, and I felt that I had one thing to share, and then I sat for a minute, and I came around to that, and it felt so complete, and I was about to upload it, but one thing kind of led to another. Ended up taking a nap, and I just woke up, and like Eureka, it hit me. I pretty much circled back around. I circled back around to the original thing that I meant to share. You know what I'm saying? And it also tied into the basil, right? So the whole thing about the basil was that, that plant, I've had it for over a year. It's been good to me, and I've been good to it. I made sure and nurtured it, made sure it got sunlight, that it got water, that kind of thing. And it was never a big plant. There were times when I was worried that it wouldn't last as long as it did, because it was just really skimpy. But I was able to harvest leaves from it to put in my food, And I think that one of the reasons that it lasted so long is because I did actually take the time to nurture it. I nurtured it, and it gave back to me. And my original recording was going to be about nurturing friendships and your audience. If you're a content creator, nurturing your audience. And while these things are important, these are external things, right? These are external things that we can't depend on 100%. And I'm not saying to not nurture those things. But what's more important than that is nurturing your gifts and nurturing those nuggets of wisdom that have been given to you, right? Because these are things that can't be taken away. These are seeds that have been planted within you for you to take care of. You know, you can't 100% depend on friends, family, and your audience. You know, and it's, like I said, it's nothing to, and that's nothing to say anything negative about friends, family, or audience. But at the end of the day, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to depend on yourself. As a matter of fact, when I started recording, right? I started off by saying, you know, that no one's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. You know, we have to save ourselves. But then, like I said, you know, I started with that, and, you know, I went off on a tangent and started talking about nurturing, you know, friends. I mean, not friends, but relationships, right? So the main relationship that we need to nurture is the, the relationship, excuse me, the relationship with ourselves, you know, our gifts, you know, the wisdom that we have, our knowledge, if you will, and with the divine, the Most High. Because these are the things that we can 100% control. You know, we can't 100% control anything that's outside of us. Like this basil, I couldn't control 100% on how it grew, but I nurtured it, and it's done what it's done for me, and I'm grateful for that. You know, but the whole lesson is about nurturing and making sure that you're nurturing those things that feed you. You know, at the end of the day, it's going to be my knowledge, you know, my own gifts and talents that are going to nurture me. I've had situations where I'm looking to outsource outside sources to, you know, come in and do things for me in a certain way. And it's like, even if they wanted to, maybe because of their own circumstances, they were unable to, you know, and that's just life. It's just real, you know. But we can always nurture what we have within us. We can always nurture our gifts, our talents, our wisdom. We can nurture those things and build those things up, and it will never let us down. So that's it. I'm going to end it abruptly right there. I don't want to carry on because sometimes I do that and then I get off point. But if you made it to the end, let me know by sending me a like or leaving me a comment. You know, doing those things. You can also click on the link in my bio if you feel inclined to support me in any way. My name's Ant, aka Antonio, or Antonio, aka Ant, and this is Anthologies. Peace.